US President Joe Biden has just delivered his first State of the Union speech amid Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The president seemingly at pains to lend support to the country that's fighting for its freedom.
6 days ago, Russia's Vladimir Putin sought to shake the very foundations of the free world, thinking he could make it bend to his menacing ways. But he badly miscalculated. He thought he could roll into Ukraine and the world would roll over. Instead, he met with a wall of strength he never anticipated or imagined. He met the Ukrainian people.
The president, in the face of a nuclear threat and confronting accusations he has been weak in this crisis, stumbling occasionally, but delivering a strong message which included acknowledgement of Australia.
The free world is holding him accountable, along with 27 members of the European Union, including France, Germany, Italy, as well as countries like the United Kingdom, Canada, Japan, Korea, Australia, New Zealand, and many others, even Switzerland, are inflicting pain on Russia and supporting the people of Ukraine.
He reiterated that the United States will defend NATO territory, which does not include Ukraine, but some countries that share a border with it, with the full force of American power.
And as I've made crystal clear, the United States and our allies will defend every inch of territory that is NATO territory with the full force of our collective power, every single inch. I want you to know we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. When the history of this era is written, Putin's war in Ukraine will have left Russia weaker and the rest of the world stronger.
The war in Ukraine is set to get even bloodier, with the Russian military planners, it seems, having underestimated the strength of the Ukrainian resistance. It seems they sent in their conscripts first before the professional Russian military and have not seen Ukraine fold, and now they are trying to blast them into submission while their aircraft are copping anti-aircraft fire. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, in the lead up to the Biden speech, said that a strong message needed to come from that speech.
What message? So many messages. I think that he has to give those messages what will really work. That is very important to be very, useful in this situation, in this war against Russia.
I think, first of all, he's a world leader, and it's very important for people in the United States to understand that despite the fact that the war is taking place in Ukraine, it's essentially for values in life, for democracy, for freedom. Therefore, this war is for all the world. And that message should be sent far and wide, from Ukraine to people in the United States, so they understand what it is like for us here, what we're fighting for, and why support for Ukraine matters.
One question for Zelensky now is, does he stay and fight to the death in Kyiv or attempt to set up a government in exile in the west of the country? The West is a far greater area for Putin to conquer and to stop weapons flowing in from Poland and surrounding countries. The Prime Minister of Australia announced yesterday that this country would pay $45 million to send missiles, presumably from Europe, to support Ukraine. Senior Australian government sources have told me this morning that this is a perilous situation for the world. Defence Minister Peter Dutton said yesterday it was an incredibly important point in our history in terms of how this could escalate.